Good morning. Here we go. Alright. Okay. Oh, let me get rid of that. Go. Okay. Let's look at our quests. Paladin Warrior, Rogue Warrior, Shaman Warlock. Okay. Um, let's. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Alright. So, we have gotten to level 20, so we can actually do a tavern brawl. And let's see, we did have Warrior for 2 different quests. So I think maybe we can try to actually complete some quests at the same time. We'll get 80 gold if we get 2 wins. So that would put us over 500 gold. And our next goal is to get 700 gold so that we can get the first wing of Naxxramas Adventure. So, let's just pick this so we can try to complete some quests. And we haven't even unlocked everything. So, maybe we just use everything we got here. And we can probably just throw in some of these other guys. Maybe kind of build a mech warrior. Let's see. Let's put in all our mechs that we have. Let's see, we still need 7. Let's put in these taunt guys. And need some bigger stuff. Let's put in the ogres. Let's put in this taunt. We'll put in the Silverhand Knight because he gives us another minion when we play him. And let's just do a Stormwind Champion. Alright. So, really this probably isn't going to be a super great deck, but, this is all that we have, so that's what we're going to try. And this is one of the struggles, right? You have to start somewhere and build your collection up. We could choose the mage since it's level 20 and we have unlocked all the cards. That way we'd have a lot of spells to use. But I think having some minions is okay in this as well.
The light shall bring victory. Victory or death.
We want as low drops as possible. Let's keep the weapon to try to clear some of his minions. I think on turn 2 what we can do is play out Mech Warper. Or we can actually play out our weapon and clear out that mana worm. That's probably better. This deck might not work very well, but we're going to try it and see. If we're really struggling with it, we might go over to the mage, since it is leveled up, just so we can complete one win at least and get our pack. And then what we can do from there is if we have to do the mage to get our win in Tavern Brawl, we can then try to just start leveling up our warrior and maybe go on ladder with it. You know, just a basic warrior deck. Try to get that leveled up some to earn the cards. Hopefully we can get some 2 wins in with that so that we can be able to complete 2 quests at once. You know, let's go ahead and just give this guy charge. We're going to be really aggressive with this deck. Ooh, that's really nice. The Alarmabot is going to switch out with one of the minions in our hand. And we have 6 drop minions right there, so that's really good. I'm just gonna go face. Okay. So we're gonna try to clear some of this. Let's do our cleave to 2 damage to 2 minions. And it puts a minion on the board for us. Let's see. Let's armor up as well, and we might want to trade into that big guy there. Now with the Lorewalker Cho, anytime that he casts a spell, we're going to get a copy of it. So that's actually really nice for us. Okay. So now we have a copy of the Shadow or Death, which will also give us a 3-cost minion, because that's what our Tavern Brawl is. Alright, let's play out our shield main and gain some armor. And, oh, he has 9 cards in his hand. This Clockwork Gnome, if we take that out, it's going to give him a spare part, which is going to put him at 10 cards. And when he goes to draw a card, He'll actually discard it because he won't have enough room in his hand.
Hand is too full.
That's a pretty good one. Oh, wow. That's insane. That's a lot of damage there. Well, we can use this Shadow Word Death to take out his Shade. Alright. So we definitely want to do that. Wow, we got another alarm about. Huh, okay. We can actually trade into his elemental, and our shield main will survive.
Race for impact.
And probably want to play out this taunt. We'll see how that goes. Alright. So this minion here, the Ancient Watcher, cannot attack unless he were to silence it. So he can't attack with that. So pretty much right now that's just going to sit there and do nothing. Okay, so okay, well, he just gave us 2 cards, that's nice. Oh wow. Put another alarm up on him. Oh jeez. Okay. So if we ignore this minion, he's got 4 damage out on the board. Let's see. We actually can play out. We can play out a couple minions here. These guys gain charge. What we're going to do is we're going to use our small guy here and kill off his 2/2. Wow, another time rewinder. Let's actually trade into this minion and use one of these time rewinders to put the weak one back in our hand. And we're just going to go face with that guy. Okay.
My shield for Argus.
Oh, that's not good.
Powering up. Portals online.
Wow. Alright. Okay, so
The light shall burn you.
we can actually try. That's a little rough. Oh, look at how close we are to 4. Alright. Let's actually go ahead and let's just run the mage. So let's delete this. Okay, so here we go. The brawl for this week is when you cast a spell, a random minion of the same cost is summoned for you. So since we have the mage completely leveled to 20 and we have all the basic cards unlocked, we're just going to use that real quick because that warrior did not work out very well. So let's start by just putting in a bunch of spells. Flame Strikes will be really good because the opponents are going to be playing a lot of spells, so they're going to fill up their boards really quickly. So the Flame Strike is going to clear their board, or do a lot of damage at least to their board, and then give us a 7-cost minion at the same time. Let's put in the Snow Chuggers. The Sorcerer's Apprentice is really good, but in this situation, I don't know if it actually is. It's going to make our spells cost 1 less, which means that we'll actually get lower cost minions when we play that spell. So, I don't think we need to do that. Okay. And so we've got a lot of low cost spells. So let's look for some bigger minions to kind of fill in. See, we have 4 drops and then it goes up to 7. So let's kind of fill in that space. Alright. I'm just kind of grabbing a couple cards here. Still need 4 more. Actually, the Antique Healbot could be pretty good for us as well. We'll put in a couple of these Warlords. And let's put in another Boulder Fist Ogre. Okay. Alright, so let's look at this deck. So, looks like we have a lot of low-cost spells. The Mere Entity might not do anything for us if the opponent is playing pure spells, because Mere Entity, when they play a minion, is going to give us a copy of it. So if they're only playing spells, then we're not going to get a copy of any minions. But what it'll do is at least give us a 3-cost minion for playing the 3-cost spell. Okay. So let's try this just so we can get our win and get a pack to start building up our collection.
Jaina versus Jaina.
So we're going to try to want to get as many low-cost cards as we can from the beginning. So even this 3 and 4 cost we're going to get rid of right now and hope for more 1 and 2 drops. Okay, so we got a 2. There we go. Alright, and this one we're just going to actually play out on turn 1. It's going to give us 2 taunt guys and a 1-cost minion. Pretty good turn 1. Oh, wow. Another Arcane Missiles. Wow. Okay. Oof, that's rough. Okay, well, now we can use this Arcane Explosion. It's going to kill off 2 of his minions and leave the Hungry Crab as a 1/1. Oh, man. We got our little 1/1 there as well. So we have 3 mana. Let's go ahead and play this 1 cost. And let's go ahead and Frostbolt his face for 3 damage. Ooh. This one is actually really good with Mage. So what we can do is we can use our hero power to do 1 damage to it, and it's actually going to make it, it's going to give it +3 attack. Because Enrage is when it's damaged. Or, actually, this Unstable Ghoul will do that for us. Which is pretty... let's see.
Who you want
There we go. And let's use our Frost Nova.
Master of illusions.
Follow the rule.
Alright, so... Okay, so we're gonna trade into this Ghoul. It's actually gonna kill off his Murloc. And we're gonna play out this guy. He's gonna get +3/+3 because we have 3 minions out. And we're just gonna hit face with that guy. He could use his hero power to kill it off.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Or he could use Arcane Explosion. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna trade. We're gonna use our hero power to kill off that guy. And we're just gonna use our spell there.
Me and Mr. White.
I have a feeling this is Mirror Entity, so if we play a minion, it's gonna give him a copy.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Okay. So let's just play this. Let's draw some cards first. Ooh. Oh wow, we drew both Flame Strikes. Okay. Let's count how much damage he has real quick if he can possibly kill us. So he's got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 including his hero power, which would put us down to 10. I don't think we want to play out a minion because of his secret. So I think what we're going to do is let's just go straight to his face. It's unlikely that he has enough damage to kill us. So we're just going to do that. And then if he kills off our minions so that we can't kill him next turn, we'll use one of our Flame Strikes to help clear his board.
Go ahead.
Okay. Alright, so we're actually really glad that he played that minion out, because now we get to kill it with our Flame Strike. Or... Let's actually just play that and kill him. Alright, well that works instead. Okay, so we got our 1 win for Tavern Brawl, which means we unlocked a pack. Yay! Perfect. Okay. Alright. So we're going to come out here and we're going to open this pack and see what we get. And hopefully we get some pretty good cards. Alright. I always check and look at them first. The blue around the card that you see, that blue glow, means it's a rare. If it was a purple, it'd be an epic. And the golden ones are legendaries. So the value just increases from there. Okay. Ooh, Acolyte of Pain is really good. It's actually used in a variety of decks. So that's a really good one for us to have. Flame Imp is actually used fairly often in a Zoolock Warlock deck, which means it just has a lot of minions. But this is a really good one to have in there. Okay. Perfect. So now, if we want, we can actually go look at our collection. And we have 2 quests for warriors, so let's look at this and see if we maybe can do something with it. Let's choose warrior. And I think what we want to do is we probably just want to put all of these cards in right now, because that's all we have. Val! Hello! Welcome! How are you today? Alright, so we're just going to select and we're going to put all of these in there. Some of these aren't as good as others, and we may end up removing them later. We can also let's see. If we were to go into play, let's see. Because we didn't finish the deck, it has that red X on it. We can actually go over here to basic decks and select the warrior deck and play with the pre-made deck that Blizzard starts you out with. So that's a possibility, we can do that. But let's go ahead and start and just build our own here. Okay. So we're going to have to put in some of these guys. I know we made the mechs, so we might as well start with them. Drawing cards is really good. So we'll put in these loot hoarders. Acolyte of Pain is really, really good as well. And let's put in these piloted shredders. Let's see. We need 5 more cards. Let's go ahead and put in these Stormwind Champions. Let's put in a Silverhand Knights. Garabashi Berserker could be pretty good too. And let's go ahead and put in the Stranglethorn Tiger. The stealth is really, really good. We can play him on turn 5, and unless they have some AoE damage that does damage to everything on the board, they cannot target it until we attack with it first. So, alright. Let me... Alright, so this is our little makeshift starter warrior deck, just to hopefully get us, we're looking for 2 wins, so that we can complete 2 different quests and earn 80 gold. And let me just get this deck list up on the screen for you guys. Alright, there we go. Nice. There it is. Alright. I'm alright just eavesdropping. No problem, no problem. Glad to have you. Are you working? Alright, so we're going to select our warrior deck, and we're going to start working on that. Hopefully we can get the 2 wins, so we can get some gold. Sadly, I think we might have an easier time getting the 2 wins if we just do the ranked play, rather than trying to get the wins in that in the Tavern Brawl this week. Okay. Yeah, in coffee at the moment. Or on coffee. Okay, gotcha. Oh, that's funny. I got my coffee too. I understand. Alright, so I really like having these 2 guys together, especially since we're starting with the coin. On turn 1, we can actually play both of them, which could be really good. I don't think we need the charge yet. We'll keep the heroic strike. Okay. So we're waiting to see what he does. Maybe if he takes his turn. Alright. Oh wow, another Cogmaster. Incredible. Okay, so yeah, I think we're just gonna play out both of these guys. That's pretty aggressive. He might have a way to deal with it. You know, he might have a way to kill something off, but having 2 minions out on turn 1 is definitely strong. Coffee, lifeblood of the mornings. Pretty much, yeah. Alright. And we're still waiting for him. Maybe he's gonna do something? Okay, so he just uses hero power. Okay. So, sadly, I think we're going to actually want to trade into that. Otherwise, he's going to be able to ping off our little guys. Well, let's see. What do we want to do, actually? Well, you know, even if he does, he actually spent 2 mana to get that. And we only spent 1 mana on our guy, so we're just going to be aggressive and go face instead. He could have a spell or something that could buff the Silverhand Recruit up and make it bigger, but he's probably just going to try to play out another minion. Or just a hero power. Okay. Let's see here. So we could do something like, we can play up the second Cogmaster and maybe just armor up. Now we can actually do a good trade for us. If we trade here, then we can go face for the 2. And my department is getting new computers. I wonder if they noticed Hearthstone on them. Nah. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Alright, Consecration. That's really good for him. Okay. Alright. think here we just use all 4 mana and we play out our piloted shredder. Does your work allow you to put stuff on the computers? Okay, let's see. I think this turn maybe we'll just use Heroic Strike and our hero power. And we'll just go face and do some damage. And this emergency coolant we can only use on a minion. So, unfortunately, we can't use that on his hero. Alright, Emperor Thorson. Nice. So he's done Blackrock Mountain. Okay, so now we have 6 mana and we have a couple options. Let's see. We can give a friendly minion +2 attack and charge. So we could play our Warsong Commander and give it 2 attack and charge, so it'll be a 4/3 with charge. We could play out our Stranglethorn Tiger and freeze his Emperor Thorson. We could just play our Shield Maiden. But since we've been so aggressive, I kind of like playing out the Warsong and giving it charge. And we could have taken out his Emperor Thorson, but like I said, we've been so aggressive, so let's just keep pushing damage to his face. It's going to force him to try to clear our guys. Otherwise, we will just be able to kill him.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Okay. Oh, wow. Wow, that was impressive. Oh my, okay. Well, we can play out our stealth minion and do another 4 damage to his face. Which actually will put him at 5. He will need to gain some life or put up a taunt. Otherwise, we can attack with our 5/5 and kill him. So, he might just use his weapon as True Silver. We'll give him 2 health when he attacks. So, he might just use that to attack our hero directly. And then he'll gain 2 life. Okay.
Reporting for duty.
Alright. Okay, Consecration doesn't do anything, really. So we're a few points of damage off. Let's see. Alright, well. I think we should still be able to use this, and it's going to give us our 2 damage. So, we could have played out our Stormwind Champion as well, and that would have buffed him up by 1/1. So, woo! Alright, we got 1 win. Awesome. Alright. And, okay, cool. Horcron Elite is what we unlocked. So now we're just going to try to get, hopefully, 1 more win so we can complete both of those quests. There we go. And so completing both of those quests at once is going to give us 80 gold, which which is going to put us at 520. And our next step is to get 700 gold so we can buy the first wing of Nax. The Nax Ramus adventure has a lot of really good cards, so we're going to try to start getting those cards first. Yeah, I think we can keep all of these, and actually since we're going second, we'll have the coin, which means that we can actually coin out one of these 2-drops and play something on turn 1, which is really good. We could actually play out the Mech Warper, because he's got 3 health. So the Rogue might have a little bit of trouble dealing with that so early. Okay, Noyatron. So we actually have a Fire Aurex, so we can use that to kill his Noyatron off. Another thing to keep in mind is that now this guy is damaged, so the Rogue cannot use wow, my brain just totally stopped. Wow. Alright, what do we got here? We have 3 mana. Let's see. We could actually give our hero +4. Let's play at our Clockwork Gnome since it's free. Let's give this guy an additional 4 damage, and we're going to attack for a pretty good amount there. The Rogue cannot use Backstab, which is a 0-cost spell that they have that deals 2 damage to an undamaged minion. So because this guy is damaged, he couldn't use that. Okay, so could use our Cleave, deal some damage to these minions. Let's actually just hero power and let's make some trades. Okay. Flying machine, huh? Okay. Alright. So, we can actually play out this War Song Commander and even our Mech Warper. And our Mech Warper is going to get charged. We'll just go face for that. And, okay. Tinkertown Technician. Alright. Let's put our big stealth guy out there, and maybe we can even play the Cogmaster. Our Cogmaster is actually also going to have charge. And I think let's just be really aggressive. Let's just keep going face. Okay. He returned into his hand. Alright. Oh, wow. 4 Wind Fury. So that means he can attack twice, so he's actually going to attack for 8. So that's pretty good. Okay. I definitely think we should trade here, and that's a really good trade for us right here. The Cogmaster, our 1 cost minion, into his 3 cost. Let's trade here as well. What we can do now is we can actually Shield Maiden to gain some more armor. And then let's use our shielding, our cloak, on the 5-1. So now, unless he kills off some of our minions, we have lethal damage. And we have 20 health between our health and our armor. So he's going to have to find a way to get 16 more damage to kill us this turn. Woo! Alright. And then I almost just spilled my coffee. Oh my gosh. Alright. Wow, we're on a win streak too. Awesome, awesome. Alright, so we're actually down on rank 17. Just with these basic starter decks. That is awesome. And keep in mind that we don't even have any cards from Naxxramas. We have no cards from Blackrock Mountain. Our warrior that we just won twice in a row with is only level 5. So we barely even have any warrior cards. So it is possible to even at least hit rank 20 every month to get the card back. Alright, cool, cool. So we completed both those. Oh, we're at 530. Oh, because we won a 3rd game, so that actually gave us another 10 gold. So we're at 530 gold now. That's awesome. Alright, so we need 170 more gold to be able to buy the first wing of Naxx. Let's go look at that real quick. There we go. So we click on buy, 700 gold. Ah, okay. So we can actually look at our other Shaman or Warlock. We could try a Warlock deck as well to complete that quest. So we did just get the Flame Imp, which is really nice. So we can go in and look at our... Let's choose Warlock. And let's see what kinds of things we have for Warlock. Alright, I'm actually... Let's see. I'll keep this open. I'm going to be right back. 1 second, I'm going to go use the restroom. Alright. I'm back. And Howard the Dave is here. Hello. Welcome, welcome. How are you today? Alright. So let's make up this random Warlock deck here. So again, I think we're probably just going to take everything that we have. So we got that Flame Imp, so that's really good for us. Let's see. Yeah. And then let's just start filling in. Again, I think let's just take our mechs that we have. Let's see. We may not actually need the Loot Hoarder to draw cards, because the Warlock's hero power allows us to draw cards. So... let's put in the Sun Cleric to help buff up some of our minions. Let's still do the Piloted Shredders, those are really good. Let's do the Mechanical Yeti as well. And since we will be taking damage from drawing cards as well from our hero power, let's put the Antique Healbot in this deck. Let's put the Taunt in as well. Taunt's really good. Let's put in the Stormwind Champions as well, and let's put in something that costs 6 mana. Let's see. We could even do the Charge. Again, this is probably going to be a pretty aggressive deck, so we're probably just going to want to go face a lot. So the Charge minions can really help us get that last bit of damage in. Let's go back real quick and let me put this one up on the screen for you guys. Yes, kitty? Alright, there's that one. Okay, there you go. So hopefully you guys can see this Warlock deck now. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Again, our Warlock is not leveled at all, so we have 10 out of 20 cards. There we go. Level 1. Alright. Let's do this. Let's see how many, see if we can complete this other quest as well and get another 40 gold. And then, let's see, if we get the 2 wins with this and we get the 40 gold, that'll put us at 570. So we'll only be 130 away from our first Naxxramas Wing. Woo! We can do it. Alright. Playing against a druid. That's not too bad there, especially since we have coin. Let's actually get rid of these and let's try to get some smaller costs. Or we'll keep the same costs. Alright. Okay. Let's actually go ahead and play out our Mech Warper. And hopefully he doesn't have anything to... Okay, he can silence it, but that's alright. We'll still be able to play out our Annoyatron for the full 2 mana. And... let's clear that owl. Otherwise what he could do is he could hero power, take out the Divine Shield, and then if he's the owl to trade. So we want to try to keep our minions a little bit longer. Okay, oh, nice. Let's see, we could actually buff up our Annoyatron. Also, turn 4, we have to watch out. Druid has Swipe, which is he can target something and he'll do 4 damage to it, and it'll do 1 damage to everything else on our side of the board. So we could actually buff up our Mech Warper just so that it doesn't get killed by a Swipe. And we'll just hit face. And then for turn 4, we can play out our Piloted Shredder.
I must safeguard.
Okay, Keeper of the Grove. Alright. We actually could use our Shadow Bolt, deal 4 damage to a minion. Because this minion is actually going to be able to kill both of the minions that we have. So let's actually do that. Let's clear his board a little bit first. And then, let's see. Turn 5. Oh, nice. Okay, so actually what we can do for turn 5 is we can play out our Voidwalker and play our Piloted Shredder. Now, one trick with this Piloted Shredder is to play it between your other minions. We're just going to attack phase 2. The Piloted Shredder is going to drop a random 2-cost minion, and there are 2 different 2-cost minions that will actually buff your other minions. And I want to say it's a really small percentage that you're going to get one of them. But by placing that in the middle, if you do get one of the minions, like Direwolf Alpha, that gives adjacent minions +1 attack, then, you know, if you do get that, hey, you just got 2 extra damage. Let's just be super aggressive. Let's play out our Rocketeer and just go face. We still have full health, so we don't necessarily need to use one of these drain lives. And, you know, he's going to have to deal with this, because it's a lot of damage right there, so. And we have the second Reckless Rocketeer in our hand as well. Alright. So I think we actually can just go Reckless Rocketeer. And let's just go face. Let's just be super aggressive. We're still at complete full health. We're not terribly worried about him having that much damage right now. We did already see... oh, there's a Swipe. Alright, so now he's only got 3 health, really. He's got the 2 health plus 1 armor. And the Drain Life we actually can use on the hero itself. So, really, we have 4 damage right there, and we can use them both. So, we have lethal! Woo! Alright. So we are tearing this up with these basic decks. Look at this, we're still on a win streak. Holy moly. Alright. And we hit level 2! Woo! We got Corruption. Cool. Okay. Alright, so we got 1 of 2 wins there. And let's see, do we want to add the Corruption in the deck? I think we were okay without it. That's a little bit more control-y, I guess. Whereas we're just going to go face. Pretty much. We're going to do a little bit of controlling the board, you know, making trades when we have a really good trade. Okay. So we're playing against a warrior. Alright. So we're actually going to want to clear. We have a 4, a 3, and a 6 drop. I think we're going to want to get rid of all of those to try to get our smaller guys. Our 1s and 2s. Alright, well we got 2 Voidwalkers, so that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and play one of those out. He might have a Fiery War Axe, which is the 3/2 axe. So if he has that, he can kill our Voidwalker off. Yeah, yep, there it is. Alright. You know what? Now we can... Actually, let's go ahead and tap to draw a card. For turn 3, we could play out the Voidwalker and maybe tap again. We could play the Succubus. So let's see what he does. Okay, he's just armoring up and he's saving his weapon. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do the Succubus first. It's going to discard a card. We're kind of actually hoping to get to the Cogmaster. Ooh, Pilot Shredder. That's bad. Alright, so we want to play out the Voidwalker. So now he has to use his weapon to clear that first. Okay, Instant Pool. Let's go ahead and make the trade. What it's going to do is it's going to be a 4/2 because we attacked, then it's going to get another damage, so it's only going to be at 1 health. Let's just play our Shield Master there. The warrior does have some spells. He could play... let's see, he could use like Inner Rage, which is a 0-cost spell that'll do 1 damage and give +2 attack, but he could use that to kill off our guy. Alright, here we don't really have... We could play out the heal bot, but we only have taken 2 damage, so we might not want to do that. So let's tap first and see what we get. Oh, Clockwork Gnome. Okay. Let's go ahead and play out both our Cogmaster and the Clockwork Gnome. And let's just go face. Let's just go aggressive. We use the Excuse me. We use the antique heal bot when we have a little bit less life, or when we've taken more, because it's going to heal 8. Okay, so he used an execute. He could also do like a whirlwind. Okay, there's the inner rage. So he did use the inner rage to clear that. Let's go ahead and... I want to play out the Senjin, so let's go ahead and use our other 2 mana to tap. We want to keep the cards. We want to keep cards in our hand, so as often as we can, we want to try to keep those cards flowing, if that makes sense. Okay. Used a second execute on our second shield master. Okay. Okay, there's another fiery war axe. And Dread Corsair. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and tap. See what we get. Okay. 4 damage to a minion. Let's go ahead and use that. And playing out the Cogmaster, even if we use the +1 health on it, it's just going to get killed by the Fiery War Axe, and it gives him a minion to trade his Acolyte in to draw another card. Says Dingo! Yes. Alright. This is a little bit tougher game. Alright, he's also got the Thorson. And also, based on a few cards that I've seen, the Dread Corsair, the Gnomish Inventor, the 2/4 that draws a card, this is most likely a Grim Patron Warrior. So we also have to be careful that we're not playing minions that are 1 and 2 attack, because that's just going to give him a bunch more Grim Patrons to use. So let's see. We could use our antique heal bots. And let's give it the +1 health. And let's tap again. So I gave it the +1 health so he can't just use his Fiery War Axe to kill it off. And also, if he does play out a Grim Patron, it's not just going to get killed by 1 Grim Patron. So he's going to have to do more with it to kill it. There's the Warsong Grim Patron. So that's why I didn't want to play out that Cogmaster. Turn 8 is usually when the Grim Patron does his big combo, which is the Warsong Commander and Grim Patron. Because the Warsong Commander costs 3, Grim Patron costs 5. Okay. Alright. Ooh, we drew our Hellfire at a really good time. So we actually have enough mana Hellfire costs 4, and it's going to do 3 damage to everything, which is actually going to kill off his Warsong Commander and both of his Grim Patrons. It's going to do 3 to the Emperor Thaurissan, which is going to leave it with 2 health, which is just enough for our Drain Life. So we can actually clear his board for 7 mana, which is really, really awesome. So I think we're going to do that. And we're actually going to gain health in the process because of the Drain Life. I still don't want to play at our Cogmaster, so we're just going to pass turn. And JNS, thank you. Nice stream, very educational. Awesome. Thank you very much. Alright, so he's got Grommash. So here's an example. If we'd have played out the Cogmaster, he could have used the Grommash to trade into it. He may not have needed it because he used the Whirlwind. Oh boy, alright. Now we're in a little bit of a tough spot here. Let's see. Well, we actually can play out Annoyatron, our Cogmaster, and Stormwind Champion, perhaps? The Cogmaster is going to get the +2 attack because our Annoyatron is a mech. And both of these other guys are going to get buffed up because of the Stormwind Champion. So, the good thing about the Annoyatron is that he has the Divine Shield. So, alright, really, I was, so he has to get through the Divine Shield and the Taunt, which he did, because the Whirlwind took out the Divine Shield, and then he was able to kill off and still do damage with his Grommash. But, you know, considering that we were playing a pretty strong deck that a lot of even like pro players use, and we were just using a level 2 Warlock deck, I think we did pretty well. We fought him off, and we got him fairly low. Alright. Let's go ahead and try again. Let's hope we don't get a Patron Warrior again. Okay, another Warlock. Alright. So, let's see. Again, we're going to try to go for our 1 and 2 drops. So, anything that costs 3 or more, we're just going to get rid of. We'll keep the Clockwork Gnome. And, okay, we got a Annoyatron, that's really good. So, we got some taunts as well. So, if he is playing the Zoo deck, where he has a lot of minions, our taunts are really going to help slow him down. And we get Mechanical Yeti. Okay. Turn 2, we're just going to play out an Annoyatron and I think we actually will trade. There's a few reasons for it. One, if we trade, he's only going to have 1 health left, so if he tries to then use his Voidwalker to clear off the Divine Shield, his Voidwalker is going to die. Also, because we're playing against a Warlock, he could have the Mortal Coil spell, which he will get to do 1 damage and draw a card. So, if we didn't attack with the Clockwork Gnome and we just left it out there, it could have gotten killed off by a Mortal Coil. So we want to try to get some use out of it. Okay, and we actually got Whirling Blades to give a minion +1 attack. So that's actually really nice. We're gonna use that, and we're gonna kill off his Voidwalker that he buffed up. And you know what? Let's play out the Succubus. Since we only have 3 cards, it's 66% chance to get rid of one of the Shield Masters. Alright, looks like it was the Mechanical Yeti. Alright. Let's see, he put a big taunt out. So if we were to trade here, then our Succubus will actually die. I think we just play a Shield Master here. It uses all 4 of our mana, so it's good mana-wise, mana efficient. If we were to just tap to try to draw a card, we're hoping that we draw a card that costs 1 or 2 mana. And if we didn't, then pretty much all we could have done, we could have played out the Voidwalker, but playing out the Sen'jin is stronger. So, okay. So here we actually have enough mana to play out both the Shield Master and our Voidwalker. And what I think we're going to do, let's use our Shield Master. It's a smaller attack. We don't need as much attack to kill off his taunt guy. And that gives us 4 damage that we can use to face. It is sitting at 1 health, so he might be able to use a Mortal Coil to kill it, or another Implosion maybe. Okay. So this Blood Imp here is actually going to start giving his other guys health. Alright, so we only have 6 mana to use, and both the cards in our hand cost 7. So we have to tap and see what we draw. And wow, we drew Shadow Bolt, deal 4 damage to a minion. So let's use that on his 3/5 taunt. And we'll trade in, we only need 1 damage, so we'll just use our 1/3. And, you know, let's just be really aggressive and let's attack with face, or with both of our guys to his face. And, okay, he's got a Void Caller, but we've seen a lot of different demons from him already, so it's hard to say what could be in his hand that this could put onto the battlefield. But I think here, let's just play out let's use all 7 mana to play out our Stormwind Champion. It's going to buff up our guys, which now means our taunt is a 4/6. So he's going to actually have to use several different things to kill our taunt guy off. And, you know, let's just keep going aggressive and attack base. He's going to have to deal with our board. He's going to have to kill our guys off, because we now have more than 10 damage showing. And he's only got 10 health. Alright. So he used Demon Wrath, deal 2 damage to all non-demon minions. And he had to still use 2 of his minions to clear our taunt guy, which is awesome. Cool. Woo! Alright. So that means we just got our 2nd win. Yes. 2nd win with our Warlock. And look at that. It hit rank, or level 4. Cool. So there we go. There's the Mortal Coil I was talking about, which is a really good card we would add to our deck. But let's look at what we want to do now. So now we have 570 gold, and we actually completed all 3 of the quests that we had. Now, you know, one thing that I did actually learn, and I heard this on the Legend of the Innkeeper podcast, you know, which, while I'm talking about that, if you guys don't know, go check them out on Twitch at LOTI Podcast every Sunday. You can also find the podcast on iTunes and Stitcher, anything like that, but they said that if you, you know, you get a new quest every day. Now, if you fill up your quest log with 3 quests and you don't play, like for a few days, and then you go and you do them all at once, the next day you actually should get 3 new quests instead of just 1. Which is really, really awesome. And I haven't played on this free-to-play EU account since like Sunday, so it's been like 5 days. So hopefully tomorrow it actually should give me 3 quests instead of just 1, which is really, really awesome. So if you only play on your, maybe you're a casual player, you only have time to play, a little bit every week, once or twice a week, say, if you space it out and maybe plan it a little bit, then you can, you can get some good quests in that way. Or there, if you do log in every day, try to complete a quest. You also can click the red X in the corner of the quest once a day on any of them. You choose which one, but you can only do it once a day. And say you don't want one that only gives you 40 gold. You can click the X and it'll give you another random quest so that you can maybe hopefully get one that'll give you 60 gold when you complete it. Alright, let's see. So what do we want to do now? Maybe we'll just start working on the Warlock. Let's see, we really like Mortal Coil, so let's see what we can switch out. The Succubus, I think we can take one out, and let's actually take out one Hellfire and put in a Mortal Coil. And, we're a really aggressive early deck, so having the Mortal Coils to help clear off some of the early minions, or, maybe if we use like our Voidwalker to deal 1 damage, and then we use our Mortal Coil to finish something off, that's going to help us with our card draw as well. Because of the hero power, we don't need too much card draw, but some will definitely help. Especially with a really heavy early deck like ours is. Meaning we have a lot of, 1, 2, 3 cost cards. Then we might start to run out of cards really fast because we can play more of them. So the card draw will help in that case. Let me update the stack list for you. Okay. Alright. There we do. Alright. So, yeah, I kind of like this Warlock, so let's just keep going with it. And, along with completing the quests to get the gold, what we can also do is we can kind of just go through each class and get them all to 20 to at least get the basic cards. Plus, if you don't really know which class you like yet, if this is your first account, or you haven't played them very much, getting all the classes at least up to level 20 can kind of give you a sense for what the class is like and which ones you like or don't like. Alright, let's clear all of these out. Let's try to get our 1 and 2 cost cards. Okay, cool. So we got the Clockwork Gnome and we got our new Mortal Coil. Ooh, we got Voidwalker. Let's see. I think let's play out the Voidwalker first. It's got a higher health, So, I mean, he's going to have something like the Fiery War Axe to get rid of it. Which he does. That's alright. Okay, turn 2. Let's see. We actually may want to save our gnome, our Clockwork Gnome, to play a few minions out at once. So let's just tap, draw a card, which we got Mechanical Yeti.
Blood and plunder.
Okay. Alright. So now he used that weapon. You know, I actually kind of like, what if we just tap? Let's tap first, see what we get. Okay, Mech Warper. I kind of actually like playing out the Clockwork Gnome. He might make the trade, so he might take his Dread Corsair and kill off our Clockwork Gnome, which is going to leave his Dread Corsair at 1 health, which means we can use our new Mortal Coil. So we'll kill off his minion and we'll get to draw a card. Another tip is to always try to draw cards first, if you can. So, like, before we really play anything else, we're going to do the Mortal Coil. So we know that that minion's dead. We draw a card. Okay. Just in case that minion was a 3 cost or something that we could have used. Let's go ahead and... let's play out our Mech Warper. So we have a minion out there, and we have a couple options for next turn. Next turn is turn 5, but we could do something like, we actually could use this reversing switch, swap a minion's attack and health on his Armorsmith to make it a 4-1, which sounds crazy, but then we can use our Drain Life to deal 2 damage to it. If he does the trade, okay, we actually don't need the reversing switch then. We can use our Drain Life and kill that off. Which will leave us with 2 mana. Let's see. We could also now play out Mechanical Yeti and Cogmaster. Which I kind of like that play. Let's, what we're doing is we're building our board up a little bit, so let's get those minions out there. He could just use his Fiery War Axe to take out the Cogmaster. Okay, drawing a card. You know, and also this Gnomish Inventor, he's being really aggressive. He's got the slams. So this is a Grim Patron Warrior. So we have to be careful. And we got to keep in mind his turn. So right now it's turn 5 for him. So turn 8 is usually when the Grim Patron does their big combo play. So we have to be careful of that. Okay, so he used Inner Rage and Execute to kill off our Mechanical Yeti. Okay. This is looking a little rough. So, let's see. I think now we probably want to use this Drain Life. And kill off his Armorsmith. And we might just have to play out this Sun Cleric, even though we don't get to buff one of our other minions. But we need to put a minion out on the board. So next turn is turn 7. So we actually can play out our Stormwind Champion. Let's see what we draw. Flame Imp. Wow. That doesn't really do us any good right now. Let's see.
So many possibilities.
We also could do something like Rockless Racketeer with the Rusty Horn to give it taunt. With that, he would probably just trade his Nomus Inventor in, but that's a little bit less damage than he's going to do to our face. Plus, we get to do 5 damage to his immediately. But this game is looking a little rough for us. He's still sitting at 24 health. It's turn 7 for him. He's probably going to do his patrons next turn. The War Song Commander. Oh, wait, he's got a patron right there. Alright, wow. So he's got a couple of different triggers, which means things that will activate this Grim Patron. So he just played out the Unstable Ghoul as well. Let's see. So that's going to deal damage to all the minions. He just had the Death Rattle from his Death Bite. So he's now 2 Grim Patrons out on the board. Oof. Alright. So let's play out our taunt here for 4. And can't really do much else. We don't really want to tap because that's we're already pretty low on health. Okay. Oh, there's his War Song Commander. And, oh, he's got a reversing switch. Wow, okay. So I think he's going to have enough damage to actually kill us this turn. Let's see what he's got. He's going to have 3, 6, 9, 12. So he actually might be close. He's still got 4 mana to use. Oh, a Whirlwind. Okay. So all he needs is 2 patrons, which it will create 2. And he's got lethal. Wow. That was rough. Alright. That was rough. Oh, we didn't hit 5. But the good thing is that this low of level for our heroes, at least, even losing, I mean, we got half a level there just from losing. So, you know, as long as we're playing, we can at least get some experience and start leveling up our heroes to gain the cards. Alright, so we're just getting into another match here. And another thing, even though we might lose, it might be a struggle a little bit. Playing against actual people, like in ranked mode, will get us more experience than just playing against the innkeeper, heroes. So, alright, so we've got a couple 1-drops here. We've got the Mortal Coil to maybe help remove something. Since we actually do have the coin, we could actually use a 3-drop on turn 2. So let's clear out one of those to try to get, maybe another 1 or 2-drop. But I think it's okay to keep one of them. Ooh, we got a 7-drop. That's not good. Alright. Ooh, Zombie Chow. That's rough. Alright. Hmm. So, I'm debating if we just play out our Clockwork Gnome, he's going to trade with his Zombie Chow and then just heal it up. So, I don't know if we want that. But what it might do is, if he just heals that up, it will prevent him from playing another card. So, I think it might be alright. Okay. Alright, so we're not really going to benefit from the life, but I think what we want to do is we want to Mortal Coil and kill off that Zombie Chow. And now what we can actually do is we have enough, we can use the coin and play out our Annoyatron. And nothing is damaged right now, unless he were to play a minion that's damaged and heal it for free, which the chances of that are fairly low, so playing out the Annoyatron is okay. Basically, otherwise, if he heals a character, he deals 1 damage to a random enemy, which could hit and clear off our Divine Shield, and then he could trade and kill off our Annoyatron. But now, turn 3 for us, we can play out our Shattered Sun Cleric and buff up our Annoyatron. And we're just waiting for him to do something. Okay, there we go.
My apologies.
Okay. So yeah, I think we want to do that. We'll give him +1/+1, and I think we're just gonna hit him in the face. Alright, I'm going to use Shadowwork Pain to kill it, which is really good. Alright. Okay, he buffed it up. So actually here, I think we can play Hellfire. Hellfire is going to do 3 damage to all characters, so it's going to actually clear off both of his minions. Which is good because the Stark Cultist is going to give one of his minions +3 health when it dies, but since all of his stuff's going to be dying at once, nothing will get that health bonus. Okay. Oof. That's tough. Alright. Let's see. So here I think we can actually play out our Mech Warper and the Mechanical Yeti. I know it doesn't look like it, but the Mech Warper will give us 1 less cost for our mechs, so our Mechanical Yeti will cost 3. So we'll play both those out, build up our board. Okay. Alright, this priest is pretty good. So this is the difference between having these other cards and not. Alright. Okay, let's see what we want to do. We can do Shadow Bolt, deal 4 damage to a minion, and then trade, kill off their... It's going to kill off our Mechanical Yeti, but it's going to kill off his Shadow Boxer as well. Let's see... Let's tap first, see what else we get. Okay. So let's do that. Let's Shadow Bolt. Let's kill off this big creature here. And... let's go ahead and play out our Flame Imp. It is going to do a little bit of damage to us, but it's a bigger creature, the 3/2. So we can hopefully use it to trade into one of his minions easier than we would have with the Clockwork Gnome. And hopefully, you know, even if we lose this game, we should be able to hit level 5 with our Warlock. So hopefully that should unlock a new card as well for us. Okay. So let's see. We can do a couple things here. If we give our imp the +1 attack and do the reversing switch on his Shield Master, then we actually can trade and kill that off. And that's only going to take 2 of our mana, so we'll have 5 mana still. So then we'll probably play out our Voidwalker and our Clockwork Gnome. And we won't be using all of our mana, but we don't want to tap right now because we're just so low health. And he's already got some minions on the board, so... But definitely getting the taunt out there is really good. That's going to help prevent some of the damage, at least. So, it prevented 3 damage right there. Alright, now most likely he's going to use probably a Zombie Chow to kill off our Clockwork Gnome. Otherwise, his big 7/2 dude that we just, okay, he'd use that guy. Otherwise, we would have traded our Clockwork Gnome into his Light Warden that he just buffed up. Alright, and... unfortunately, I think no matter what we do, he's got lethal. We could do like the Reckless Rocketeer and actually kill off... Oh, let's see. If we run it into the Light Warden, he's going to have 2, 6, 7 damage. It's possible he could have more to actually deal directly to our base, but it might be worth trying. And let's see. Also, hopefully, if we can kill off that Zombie Chow before he kills us, that's going to give us another 5 life back. So... ooh, alright. Does he have 1 damage? Ooh, Holy Nova. Alright. Oh, dang. But we should hopefully at least be able to hit 5. Yay! There it is. Alright, cool. Wow, we actually got pretty good experience off of that. Alright, we didn't get a card. Let's see. I wonder if there's any changes we can make to this deck here with what we have. Because we don't really have much. But maybe what we can do is just be a little more aggressive. Let's see. Well, I mean, it looks okay considering what cards we have right now, so... We could trade out the Succubus and put something else in. Let's see. Like maybe the Gelblin Stalker. Actually, let's try that. Since we really don't get any benefit out of having the Demon. Yes, he is a little bit stronger. The Succubus is a 4/3 for the 2. We have to discard a card. And I think that might be hurting us a little bit at this point, so, you know, we kind of need our cards. I think if we had a lot more card draw and we were able to draw cards really fast, if we just discard one, that's probably not as harmful, but we just don't have that drawing capability yet. Okay, let's see. I think keeping one Mortal Coil is good, but we don't need both. So let's clear out those 2 and hopefully get some smaller minions. Perfect. Okay. So let's see. Turn 1. Oh, we can play the Clockwork Gnome. Let's see. Let's play out the Clockwork Gnome. The Cogmaster is a little bit more of a threat, so he's probably going to clear that a little faster than he would clear out the Clockwork Gnome. So that's kind of why I chose to play the Clockwork Gnome first. Okay, so wow, he played out double Zombie Chow. I think here we just want to play our Annoyatron. And let's just hit face for now. We do have the Mortal Coil, which could work really well with the Clockwork Gnome. 2 damage from the Clockwork Gnome plus the 1 for the Mortal Coil. We'll get to kill it, and we'll get to draw a card. Alright, so Hero Powered to clear off the Divine Shields. Okay. Alright, so now we actually can Mortal Coil this 2/1 Zombie Chow. And I think with our other 2 mana, let's actually play out our Voidwalker, and let's use the Plating and give it 1 health. With the 1/3, what he could do is trade with the Zombie Chow and his Hero Power, but this way he has to do more than that. Alright. Okay. Oh look, we drew our Mortal Coil. That was really good timing. Alright, so we'll use the Mortal Coil. And actually I misplayed that. I should have tapped first and then killed that off, so that we would have gotten the life. That was a misplay. That was bad. Okay. Alright, so for turn 5, let's see. Okay, he's gonna kill that off. Okay. I think our best play is probably just playing out one of these piloted shredders. Also, we did just see this Wrath used, so he could have a second one to use on the piloted shredder, but it's unlikely. Oh wow, okay. Dr. Boom. So let's see. What do we want to do? We've got 6 mana. So we could do 4 damage to the Dr. Boom and then trade our piloted shredder. We could potentially use the Sun Cleric to buff up whatever comes out of the shredder. Yeah, we definitely want to kill off his Dr. Boom. Oh wow, okay, Nerubian Egg. Yeah, you know what, let's give that a little buff there. Plus it puts another minion out on the board for us. Okay. Oh, he's gonna silence it. That's really good. Alright. At least the good thing is it's kind of a little shield for the boombots. Soak up a little bit of damage. Alright, let's see. We've got 7 mana. So we could actually play out one of our 4-drops and use Drain Life. We could tap to draw a card. Let's tap first. Okay, another Drain Life. And then let's play out the piloted shredder. Have a good day. I must depart now. Thanks for keeping me company. Awesome. Well, thank you, Thal, for stopping by. I hope it was at least somewhat enjoyable. And you have a good rest of your day, too, and a good weekend. Have fun at work. If you can, anyways. And hopefully I'll see you next week. Alright. Oh, Sludge Belcher. Okay. Alright. Let's see. So we have 8 mana. If we were to do like the Reckless Racketeer, we could trade into the Sludge Belcher, but we wouldn't really have enough mana to do anything else. So I kind of like playing the Mechanical Yeti and the Senjin Shieldmaster. It also gives us a taunt that he's going to have to deal with. And the Sludge Belcher, it's going to put out a 1/2 slime with taunt, which we could use our Drain Life to clear that once that's on the board. Oh, okay, second Sludge Belcher. Well, we actually could use the Drain Lives on both. Let's see. Okay, so we have 9 mana. We actually have enough to do the Reckless Racketeer and a Drain Life. So what we could do is Drain Life on this first Sludge Belcher, the 3/2. And let's use the Reckless Racketeer and clear out this other Sludge Belcher. And we'll just use our Mechanical Yeti to kill off one of those taunts. Now Druids, if he's playing like a combo Druid, he could have his combo for turn 9, which it looks like he didn't. He played Priestess of Elune. But really, we don't want him to have very many minions to give him a lot of that damage. Alright, so let's see. Here we can actually 5, 8. We have enough. We can actually tap first, and we can play Antique Healbot and Drain Life. So let's draw a card. Okay. Let's use our Drain Life on his slime here, his taunt. And then we're actually going to clear and trade to kill off his Priestess of the Loon. And we'll just use our heal bot. Okay. Spectral Knight. Alright, we only have 12 cards left in our deck. This is a little bit rough. Okay. So, we've actually got some decent stuff here. We can use our Reckless Rocketeer. We can buff it up a little bit, and then we can put our taunt on it. And we're actually not going to trade. What we're going to do is we're just going to go face for 6. And then if he chooses to trade with his minion, it will get killed off. Now he could have a spell, he could use like a swipe that's going to deal 4 damage to it. But hopefully he doesn't have that. Okay. Alright, so he did trade with his minion. I don't know if we're going to be able to win this one, though. We've only got 11 cards left, and I don't think we have, damage-wise, I don't know if we have enough in those cards. Let's tap and draw some more cards. And pretty much let's just play everything. Alright. And this is a pretty long game. Gone all the way to only 9 cards left in my deck. Alright. Okay. Deal 4 damage to a minion. I think we're going to hold that for when he reveals his Shade of Naxxramas over there. Okay, awesome. We can actually use this. We'll just play it out. And I think let's just go face. Even if we were to like trade the spiders, you know, kill those little spiders off, he's got the keeper that he can just kill off our taunt. And if he doesn't have enough damage to kill us this turn, yeah, he's got to do something, because we've got quite a bit out there. Oh wow, he's actually trading in and killing that off. Okay. Alright, well we have this that can do 4 damage to a minion. Ooh, look at that. And we have enough mana to play them both. Perfect. So let's do the 4 damage there. And even if they get buffed up, it's still going to die. And let's see. Let's just go aggressive and hit face. We could have traded, but we're just going to be aggressive. And we've only got 6 cards left in our deck, so... Ooh, he's gaining life. Okay. I don't think he has enough damage to kill this Stormwind Champion off. Alright. Oh, we've got a taunt. We've got a tap. We're running out of cards, but we've got to do it. Oof. I think we can afford to take the damage. We've got the taunt. These guys are going to get buffed up. And let's just go face. Especially since we've got the taunt out. Alright, a wild growth. Alright, this excess mana, draw a card, you can only have 10 mana in your tray. That's a special thing that happens with druids. If you're at 10 mana and you play wild growth, that gives you an empty mana crystal. Instead it gives you this 0 cost excess mana card, which basically just draws you a card. So, druids use that tactic basically as a draw mechanic. Alright, here, let's see. So we have the Hellfire that's going to do 3. If we use it first, it's going to kill off our Imp, and that's not going to be good for us. What we're going to do is we're going to trade here, and then use our Hellfire, which is going to clear his board, and still keep one of our minions alive to do lethal damage! Yay! Alright. Sweet. That was a good way. Good end there. Cool, so we hit 6! Oh wow, we almost hit 7. Alright, and we got Soulfire. Sweet. Alright. So we may end up adding one of those. And we got 10 gold for winning 3 games. So let's check our gold real quick. Okay, cool. We're at 580 gold, which means we're only 120 away from our first Nax adventure. So what I might do is I might try to play a little bit over this week. Maybe enough just to do quests over the next, until next Friday. That way next Friday we can get in and buy that first wing of Naxxramas. But this is going to be the end of the stream for today. And thank you guys so much for stopping in. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that maybe you guys learned something or found it helpful. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything like that, please feel free to message me. You can message me through Twitch or find me on Twitter at DawnieDK. It's DAWNIEDK. So I will be doing these free-to-plays every Friday, and I'm also starting to put them up on my YouTube channel. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.